Hello, hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Hope everybody's enjoying this beautiful day we have. It may be raining where you at. The sun may not be shining, but the sun is still raining, so it's still a beautiful day. If you're alive, if you're breathing, if you're able to just enjoy the fact that you are alive, it's a beautiful day. And this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. I know that this is It Takes a Village podcast, but the Lord has blessed me so much that I still got to give him praise even on this podcast. So um, I've got to do it. So very excited about our guest today. I'm also excited about our special, well, I'll say she's a guest co-host, but she's family now. So, you never know when you're going to see her in and out on the podcast. So I'm very excited to have Regina of the Juice Radio and Talk Show. How you doing?
I am wonderful. God is still in the blessing business, and I'm so glad I'm on the receiving end. Come on now. I'm so happy.
Yes.
I
You
am
know,
well.
our guest today, I'm so excited because this, and I guess I'm at a place where I'm so excited to see someone when they're multi-talented, but when it's one of our own, when it's a woman of color and of integrity, I really get excited about that
That's right.
because we got to begin to let people know, what's going on and let people know that they're out there because this lady has so much. I was just looking over her bio and all the information, and
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is incredible. So I'm super excited. So
Yes.
we're going to let everyone know. One second here. Let me make sure we got our volume. So we're getting ready to bring on our guest. And
Oh,
here she goes. Let's
hello,
see.
hello.
And I think I'm saying your name right. It's Anntreece Jones, right?
Yes, Anntreece Jones.
Okay. And
Mhm.
I'm super excited because well let me go back a little bit. I
Mhm.
got her information from this magazine called Church Stars,
Okay.
and I was
Oh,
one of the pastors that was featured in the magazine, and that's how I found her information. And I began to look, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna have to have her on the podcast. I was just looking over all the stuff. I mean, she's a playwright. Um, she's the production. She do her own productions.
mm,
She direct, and people don't understand when you direct a play and you write the play, it's a lot. It, it,
yes.
it's not like you just go and say, okay, you see the movies, you see stuff happen where they be playing cut. Stop. It's not that simple.
Right.
It's a lot. So I'm
Right.
super excited to have you on our show today. How are you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm making it. God is carrying me through. I'm telling busy, busy schedule, a lot going on with my cast and my team. So we just thank God for where we are right now, on this journey.
But it's good to be busy though. When you got stuff to do, it's nice to know that you're valuable enough to be busy, and somebody want to have you doing something, or you have something people want to see. So that's
Mm,
Yes,
always a good thing. Um,
yes. And
and
I
let
think
me
it's just, yeah.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it's just, sometimes, when you know how the Bible say God will make room for you and your gifts,
Mhm.
God has definitely made room, for
yes, he
me
does.
on this in my team. Like, we have faced so much, and I just thank God for the room He has given us around the world. So I just thank Him.
And it's
Love it.
you're right. If you God had given everybody has a gift. The
Yes.
big problem I see is a lot of people don't recognize their gifts, so they don't know how to make room for it.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
But when you
mm,
recognize your
wow.
gift, when you know what you're here for, when you know your purpose, see your purpose is after waiting, and when you know your
Yeah.
purpose, God will work with you. And
Yes,
Most
he
and,
will.
and just
definitely.
looking at all the things
Most
that you
definitely.
have going on, and all the
Mm-hmm.
things that you have done, you definitely are very blessed. You have a testimony too that goes beyond you being a director and a
Oh
playwright.
yeah. Oh yes. I have multiple sclerosis. Um I have 13 lesions on my brain and 4 on my spine. I'm also a mother of 3 and a wife. Um Another businesswoman, in the hair industry. So trying to balance all of that, God has really put put his hands on me. When I first came into playwriting and writing and everything, I lost my vision, and my a lesion swollen on my optic nerve here in the center, and I couldn't control my eyes. I couldn't see anything or nothing. I'm just like, God, why me in this moment?
Wow.
Why is this happening?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-mm.
And
No,
that's that's a testimony within itself.
yeah.
Wow. Wow.
They
Mm-hmm.
always say, God gives his hardest battles to his strongest, people. But I'm like, Lord, during that time, I didn't feel like I was so strong. But now that the years have passed, I'm like, Lord, you have really covered me. You really have. And to this day, like, he has really put his arms around me and my family.
And
Wow.
you when you speak of God given his strongest soldiers, the most battles. What we have to understand that we have to see ourselves as God sees us.
Yeah.
So if God is putting you in these circumstances and situations, that's because He trusts you enough to know that you're gonna be able to walk through it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. He had to know something. He knew it before I knew it.
Yes.
He knew it before I knew it because I didn't understand it. I'm not gonna lie. I did not understand what I was going through at that time. And I just felt like the world was falling down on me. I'm not gonna lie about it, I really do.
Mhm.
And I think sometimes when you can be honest about how you feeling and the pain that you're enduring, that it will definitely make you have a make you see God in a different light. Like, God, you really have taken me and really put me in this place because you want me to be a vessel. And sometimes you don't really know what to do or how you're going to go about doing it. But if you just trust him, he's like, just trust me and I'm gonna guide you, you know. And
Mhm.
that's what I've been doing. I walk like I'm healed. I believe I'm healed,
That's right.
so I don't do the woe is me.
Right.
I believe in his power.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I like that. And
Yes.
I like when you say that you was honest with yourself. People don't understand. God already know everything. So we don't need
Hmm.
to go before him trying to act any way different because he already know. Even
Mm-hmm.
if it's a situation where you say, God, I don't know why, God can work with you when you come to him and saying, God, I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're being honest, you're having a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes,
And,
Yeah.
and
yes, yes,
anybody
yes.
that's an artist such as you, God has see. And I was looking at your thing. You say that you do hair, but you don't just do hair. You are a master stylist.
Yes.
Come on, Master Stylist. Come
Yes.
on.
It's different. And not
Come
only
on.
that,
Yes.
you present yourself as such.
Mm-hmm.
Like to say, a mechanic with a broke down car. I don't want you to work on mine.
Oh,
Yes.
But you present yourself as, look, I know what I'm doing, so all of that plays in a part of your boldness and the holy boldness that God has given you.
Yes.
I
So,
love
Yes.
I
and
love
she's humble with it because she say, well, I do it here. No, you're not in the industry. You are the industry.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
I know you're right. A master hair. Come on now.
Yes,
Like
yes, yes.
my husband would say sometimes there are grass cutters and then there are lawn maintenance companies. He said there's a difference.
God.
Right,
Oh yeah,
right.
a big difference.
And it's,
A big
and see,
difference.
we just touching the iceberg of who you are.
Right.
You say you're the CEO of Virtuous Women's Salon and Beauty. See,
Yes.
we know you're a playwright and doing, but be even beyond that, look at all the stuff that you're doing. So you are powerful.
Thank you. It's nobody but
Yeah.
God. I can. It's nobody but God. I've been licensed doing hair for over 20 years now, and so even hair for me, it's not just about the hair. It's a ministry for me too because I come across so many women who deal with so much. And we
Mhm.
pour into each other. It's one of those environments when you come to the salon, it's like, you know, God is here with us. We having a moment where we feel where we're breaking free, where we're, what I'm saying, where those feelings of not feeling, burning down or not feeling beautiful, those weights of the world that make you feel like you're nothing. At this time, you feel empowered as a woman. You feel,
Mhm.
as if though, God is with you. You feel bigger than what you've ever felt before, sitting in this
Mhm.
chair because now, God is able to pour into you and give you a word, through somebody in here, not just me, but I come across some powerful women, and it's more than just hair. It's way more
I
than
love
hair.
that. I love that. All right now. And
Yes.
she wearing it well too. I'm almost embarrassed I pulled mine back in a ponytail, but I'm almost
It's
embarrassed.
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. It's
I need to
okay to
come and
have a
sit in the chair.
ponytail moment.
Go sit in
It's
that chair. That's what I'm
okay.
gonna do. I'm finna go sit in the master stylist chair. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. I'm
It's
just
okay.
amazed that all
Yeah.
that you have going on. How do you? So let's start here. What started you to want to do hair, and then we can work our way up to being
Yeah.
a producer and a playwright because you've got so much going on. I'm like, where does she have the time?
Oh my goodness. So as a little girl, I used to just sit around and play with my dolls. That's all I ever played was beauty shop. I was always the hairstylist, and so from a very little girl, I've always styled my doll's hair. I just around the room, just dolls
Oh,
everywhere.
wow.
And my mom was, when I first got my hair license, she was like, I think you should, call it Anntreece's Dolls. I think that's what you should name your business. And I'm just like, no, I need something else, I don't want to name it that. But, I've been doing hair, oh my God, for starting with
Mhm.
my family, starting with my little sister, just it's just always been in my heart to make women feel beautiful, and so from there it just grew, and
Mhm.
I just grew as a stylist. I wanted to do more, and my clients encouraged me because I was doing hair before. Um, I was licensed. Starting at 14, one of my longest clients was my sister's third grade teacher,
Oh,
and
wow.
Wow.
she allowed me to do her hair, and ever since then I've been, she was like, you need to go get your license, and I got my
Wow.
license, and I in 2002, and I've been licensed ever since.
All
Wow.
right now. All
Okay.
right.
That's a
Yeah.
blessing. And then
Mhm.
it said that you married your high school sweetheart in 2001,
Yeah.
Mr.
Yes,
Herbert
Mr.
Jones.
Jones. Yes.
You hear that, don't you? You know when they come out and say Mr. Jones, you
Come
know.
on. Oh, that thing hit me right here. That thing hit me when she said that because I was like, "Ooh, that's that real love." Because I do that with my husband, Mr. Ogborn. Ooh, I hear you, Mr. Jones. I can tell you, Mr. Jones
Yes.
got it. Come on, Mr. Jones.
Mr.
Yes.
Okay.
Jones.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
high school sweetheart. I
Mm-hmm.
love it. What
Yes,
an
Mr.
example. Powerful example. I love it.
Yes. Yes. You know,
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm all for that.
Mhm.
I'm just looking in the chat. You've got so many people that's just just loving on you, and it's obvious that you are well received, and that's what's
Yes.
good because when you're out there, sometimes you're doing things, and You wonder, do people see, do people know, do people care? But I can just tell from just listening to you that not only are you humble, but you're wise and moving when God wants you to move. So you understand that
Exactly.
God, even though He blessed you with a business, your business is a ministry.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
Just saying that
Yes.
speaks power and life over what you're doing.
Thank you.
So I
Yes,
love
because
that.
it
I
is.
love that.
I
It
love
is
it. So
definitely.
where is the salon? Where's the salon? What city?
I am. I'm in Fort Worth. I'm in Fort Worth, Texas. The salon
Fort
is
Worth.
located inside of the Salon Spa Galleria. I have a private suite inside of there.
Okay.
So a lot of women like privacy. So, and I'm a
Hmm.
very private person. So, I like it because when me and my clients is in this space, it's just us.
Okay.
But it's a beautiful building, a lot of beautiful stylists and barbers, and the atmosphere is amazing. And but it's located at 5208 South Airport Freeway in Fort Worth.
Okay. Y'all in Fort Worth, y'all go over there and check her out now. Y'all in Fort Worth,
Yeah.
go have a seat in the chair. All right now. I love that. Yes, I'm gonna have to
Yes.
visit.
Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
it
Yes,
says
come
you
visit. Come visit.
Mm-hmm.
and the mother of three kids.
Yes,
You
yes.
you
I have three beautiful kids.
wow.
Yes.
Love it.
My Journey, Josiah, and Draylon. Draylon is 21.
Mm-hmm.
Josiah is 10, and Journey is 7. And they have been just an amazing blessing to me in my life. Um, of course, my first child, I wasn't me and my husband wasn't married, so I had him out of wedlock. And at that time, I love to share this story because I have to. But
Let's hear it.
I felt like I had disappointed God so bad, and because I just really felt like I had let God down at that time, and my life and everything that I thought I wanted to go do. It's like if it wasn't for my son Draylon, my life would have been, I don't know where I would be right now. I just don't feel like
Wow.
I would be here in this space. But
Wow.
he definitely played a part in a lot of my decisions,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
very young age, and a mother at a very young age. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember, back then we had used to have to go down before the church and confess.
Yes. Come on now. They need to bring, they need to, they, I was going to say they need to bring it back, but then I thought for a second, I said, hold on now, because you got to have the right person that you're coming down to. But go ahead. You right.
Woo!
Yeah. You got to have the right
That was
person.
tough. We had to
Mm-hmm.
go down and go
Mm-hmm. Wow.
and
Yes.
say, hey, I have sinned, and I'm with child. That was hard,
Yes.
as a young girl to go and do that, and to look over at
Mm-hmm.
my grandmother and my father and them and be like, oh my God, like this is this is hard. But
Wow.
and I'm not gonna lie, that played a part in who I am. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And experiencing that, I just feel like, at that moment, God was like, I'm going to use you. You don't know it yet, but I'm going to use you in a way that, the world, the world is really going to see past the flaws. And sometimes you can't see a person past their flaws. And at that moment, um, when I was standing there with child, I just felt like God, no one will ever be able to receive me. And God said, that's not true. God will take your storm, take your pain, take your whatever you're dealing with, and He will use you, and you will grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Never,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, never feel like whatever you're dealing with is something that God is going to look down upon you on. God will take that thing and He will have you walking up and using it as bricks and taking you up higher and higher and higher. And I'm just telling you that right there, My son has no idea. And if he don't know this, I want my son, Draylon Jones, to know that you have really, really, really played a big part in mommy's life,
Yeah.
in my decision making. And I thank God for him. Um, and my son Josiah and Journey. People may not know, but my kids, all three of them have autism, and they to the world they may seem different, but to me they're beautiful. They're so creative. They're little geniuses, and
That's right.
people be like, "Well, how do you do that?" Being a mother of children with autism and being able to still flow in the capacity that you do. I had to learn my children. I had
Mm-hmm.
to grow with my children. I have to, one thing, listen to my children. The Bible tells us to train up a child in the way that they should go. But a lot of us have taken it as beat your child, did that now. But training is molding your child in love, molding your child
Mm-hmm.
God's love. You know what I'm saying? Not, this forceful thing. And that's something that I have learned as a mother. Having them has taught me to love in a different capacity as a
Yes.
mother. And sometimes we don't value that, and me being a mother dealing with a illness, I'm like, I have to pour into my kids and allow my kids to be able to pour into me.
Right. Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yes. You got three beautiful babies. I don't like how people oftentimes will hear a label and thinking that it's something negative when really,
Mhm.
it's not. And you have beautiful children. They're going to do beautiful things. They're going to do great works. And that's is something that every parent should know about their children.
Right.
Just because you put a label on them does not mean it's going to stop them because they still got the label of Christ on them that overwhelms all of that other stuff. So they're still going to
Exactly.
do great things. They are.
Yes. They are
I
my
love it.
motivation. I'm telling
Yes.
you. And
I
that's the reason why I keep going the way that I do, because I want them to see ain't no illness and no lesions stopping mommy. And ain't no
That's right.
sickness and no label gonna stop you.
That's
So
right. That's
yeah.
right.
and I
That's
guess I don't understand why our society, as time go on and progress, we accept everybody, but then when someone has something that we don't understand, we don't want to accept it. And it's like, wait a minute, most of
Hmm.
these kids are so much more far advanced than the average person. We may not understand them, but God makes no mistakes.
he sure don't. Mm-mm.
So,
Right.
but you
Right.
have
He
to
does
give
not.
these children to someone who has the capacity to accept, adapt, and learn and continue on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You
Hmm.
you are
Yeah.
killing it. I mean, you are doing it to the max. I mean, let's just in case for the village who's listening. Now, this young lady has a business. She's a playwright. She has three kids, multiple sclerosis. I mean, for most people at this point now, they would have gave up. They would be so busy, woe is me, so busy, being mad and angry at God. And you saying, I'm looking at my businesses so I can, it's a ministry, and I'm looking at all God has given me and how much I can do for others. You're just you're just a reflection of what God is trying to get us to be.
That's right. That's
Oh.
right.
I
I
just like I
love it.
say, I just have to give credit back to God, because I'm honestly, it's him. It's him and it's me, because I have,
Mhm.
in order for God to use me. I just can't say, yeah, God doing it. I have to do some work. Faith without works is dead, and
Mhm.
Yes.
I have to believe, that God can. And by me believing, I have to show that, so I
Mhm.
can't say that God can do this and I'm not doing anything to show that God can, so,
Right.
so it all plays
I love
together.
I love it. And everything that people do in life, they have to understand this one thing. Like you say, you had the child when you were young, and you had the things that you're about to be healed of. That's what we're gonna call them. And you had these things that go on in your life. People have to understand that the Holy Spirit gave me this. These are pieces of fabric that are woven into your life journey. And if you take up, thank you, Holy Spirit, if
Yes.
you take a part of that out, that piece of that fabric out, piece of that venture of your life out, there will be a hole there. And nobody wants a hole in their fabric.
Mhm.
And sometimes people look at it as it's a bad thing that happened. But if you take it out, it'll be a hole in your journey of your life. So you have to take that and
Mhm.
understand and use it to what God wants you to do. Now you love doing hair, you love, making people feel good. It all has to come from a journey of what happened in your life. That's why I tell people all the time,
Mhm.
even with me, with stuff that happened in my life, even some of the hardest times, some of the saddest times and things that happen, I look at that and I say, listen, I went through that. So I'm going to make sure that because I went through that sad time, you're going to have good times. You're going to have happy times. So it's part of
Mhm.
my fabric. And if I take that part out, the sad part, then my journey to try and make somebody happy may not exist.
Right. Mhm.
Exactly.
So we accept the
Exactly.
fabric and we keep on going, keep on woven,
Mhm.
how we call it. We keep on making more. But
Yes.
I love
Yes.
it. And you are doing it, and you are a great example of it. Like you said, you're not letting something, that the doctor said hold you back, you know, and God sees
Mhm.
that. And God's a rewarder of those that diligently seek him and those that believe in him. So
Mhm.
Yes.
come on now. Like Pastor Renzo told
Yes.
me the other night, there's more to come.
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
Yeah.
more to
It
Because,
come.
is.
you can't have all that God has given you and that be the end of it.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Mhm.
because
Right.
we've already spoke about all the great things that she's done and is doing, and we haven't even got to the place yet.
Well, now.
All the stuff you're doing. I mean, your business is currently known as Anntreece Jones Production LLC.
All right.
Yes.
So now
Yes.
that's your business, and that's separate from the hair business, right?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
That's
Look,
totally separate.
now we have two businesses. you know,
Totally separate. Two separate things.
All right now.
and
Yes, two separate things.
up to date, you have 16 plays under your belt, a film completed, and one major up and coming project.
Yes, actually, I'm about to redo my film, Lucifer Song. We're gonna refilm it. It I have an amazing person that is going to come on that is joining me and helping me film reshoot that project here probably in the next few months.
Mm.
Mr. Kendrick Mays, um, and then my TV series. Um, I am currently, we just finished reshooting that TV pilot. Let me tell you, Blocked is so it's so major. Like it's so much pertaining to TV series. And the TV series was a stage play. It started off as a stage play, Blocked. And
Mm.
when the pandemic came about, um, I was like, God, what are we gonna do? The theaters are shut down. We had just performed originally theater. I was like, God, what are we gonna do? We was getting ready to book it, to do the play again, and kind of tour with it a little bit. And the COVID happened, and
Mm.
God said, well, one thing that'll never shut down is TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, God, what you turn it into a TV series? I'm like, turn it into a TV series. So I said, okay, God, I'm gonna step out on faith. Um, I was able to meet a young man through a friend, and I had opportunity to talk to him about it. And at first, I was so nervous, and he was just like, when we talk again, he said, I want you to be confident in what it is
Come
that you're
on now.
wanting. I want you to be bold about it. And
Mm.
so
Mm.
when I got off that phone call with him, I was like, God, I can't believe I messed that up. Like, I can't believe I messed that up. But the next time I got on that phone with him, exactly what I wanted. And I said, I want to do A, B, C, and D. And I want to pitch this to BET. I want to pitch it to Stars. I want to pitch it to HBO. I want a TV series. I want the world to see it. I want the world to know Block. And I wrote it. I wrote the TV series. I think I wrote it. I think I started writing it in March, and I was through with everything by May. I wrote the first season. However, I had never really written a script before in that capacity. And I put a pin right there and tell anybody that even though you don't know how to do something, if you just do it, God said, just make the action to do it. I'll multiply that thing and I'll send you to who you need in order
Yes, he will.
Wow.
Yes, he will.
to help guide you on what to do right. Like, mistakes, it's okay, but just do it, So I wrote that thing, and we shot the TV pilot, and we ended up having to redo it, and get some re-editing done to it, and then we ended up putting it on to Film Freeway. And once it got onto Film Freeway, it just started winning all over the world. I submitted it to film festivals everywhere. And because I really didn't have the who I could talk to. I talked to so many people and reached out and inboxed and messaged so many people about it. But I guess because at the time I just felt like, well, my name isn't big enough, God. They're not, and no one is going to call me. No one is going to, but God was like, look who you serve.
Come on now.
What's my name? You got God in the front of it. That's big enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's it. That's it.
That's all you need is me. He said, you don't need nobody else, And I said, God, you right, And so I just started submitting it on Film Freeway to all over the world in different countries, Europe, Asia, you name it, Russia, everywhere, Australia, Canada, anywhere you can think of. I submit.
I love it. I love it. And you went out there and you got the boldness in. You got plenty boldness. You sending that stuff to Australia and China and Russia and everywhere. You got real bold with it. I ain't mad at you.
I did. I was like, God, you said if you be for me, God, what is the whole world against me, God? And Blocked is a powerful message.
Yeah.
It might not be. It might step on a few toes. It's Blocked is something powerful because we take a lot of times religion and reality and they clash. And people may go over some people's head, but I have been in that place. Like I stated before, my child, being that mother who was in church and not being married and pregnant, you know what I'm saying, and facing the Christians and I love my brothers and sisters, but baby,
they can be hardcore.
Oh, it can be tough, and and even just going through life period. I mean, just watching and seeing different things happen, throughout church and things like that. As a young girl, even though the foundation was good, the word was good, everything was fine, but the part of the people, people outside of the church, and sometimes when it took me a long time before I realized that how people is within the four walls is not what they are outside the four walls. And so it really threw me for a loop there, because I'm like, wait a minute, you was like this.
She talking my language now.
Church,
she talking my language.
It really shone some light on me. Like, I'm confused. Like, is this how Christianity works? We shout and we praise and we dance, but then we get in our car and we honking and cussing and fight. Like, help me understand, like, what we doing here. You're telling me how to rule my house from the pulpit, but Your house is toe up.
Wait, where my tambourine?
I mean, like,
I need
your house is toe
my
up.
tambourine. Woo, woo.
And I mean, you're gonna have to get your stuff together first, because now you got the world now the world is confused, because now the world don't want to come into the church. They like, what are we coming into the church for? Because she gonna talk about me. She gonna see me at Walmart and not speak to me. She gonna roll her eyes at me. But then we get to church, she gonna be, oh, hey baby, I love you. You're like, confusing the world. And that's what I mean by reality versus religion. You can't these two things and this is what Blocked is centered around, is how these two things war with each other.
Come on now.
And they war with each other, and nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody want to sugarcoat it.
You know this right up my alley right here. You know this is right up my alley.
It's powerful.
Let me tell you. Woo! This a juice segment right here.
Okay.
Yes.
I want the village to hear what she's saying, because this is a young lady that had the good foundation. Things didn't go as planned. And so instead of the church loving, the church judges. And when they do that, that pushes someone who is in need on the outside to seek assistance from those who should not be giving it to her. But in spite of all of that, things began to happen in your life that most people say, oh, well, that's not a good thing. But you never stopped. You didn't give up. And most importantly, you never let go of your love for God and your trust in God, in spite of what those around you said or did that did not match up with what you thought was godly. But you still continue to seek God for his confirmation.
Right, right. And my faith in God never left. How God is never, because my thing is this is another thing. God wanted me to show also how we block people from him.
Say that again.
We block people from God. How do you block people from God? You block people from God when you love in one capacity and then you hate in the next. You make them think that God is this hateful God, and God is like, that's not me. I let the sun.
Look. Set free is free indeed. Come on now. Yes.
They take the word of God and they apply it to different things how they want to apply it. God said, I'm a God of love. They making me seem like I'm God is like, don't make it seem like that I'm a hate this, but I'm not a God of hate. There are things that I don't like, but to hate the person, no, my love is going to rain on that person. I love that person every day. You know what I'm saying? To have a right to the tree of life, to be able to come to me and give their life to me. That's why they're alive. I don't hate the person. I might hate not the things that they do, the choices that they make, but that doesn't stop my love. And I think that's where a lot of people has gotten God confused. Like, well, if God loves us, then why is he allowing this? And why is God allowing that? God ain't allowing nothing. You made the choice to do that. God said, don't confuse your choices with my love.
Right.
Don't make your choice be me. Like, that was your choice. I'm a God of choices. You made the choice to do that. You made the choice to lay with that man. You made the choice to go and sell them drugs. You made the choice to pull that trigger. You made the choice to rape that little girl. You made the choice to set that fire. You made the choice to do that. I didn't do that to you. I didn't allow that. Some people be like, okay, well, why God come in my house? Why God allowed him to come in my house and do? You allowed that man to come in your house. You allowed that woman to what's that? You did that. God didn't do that. God is not sitting up like, hey, I'm allowing. We gotta stop making God be the blame for everything. And God said, they blocking me. You make the choices to do something wrong, and you want to blame me for it. Now the people don't love me, they don't want to worship me or nothing, but you want to break them down at church and stuff like that. But they make
go ahead. Listen. I got to give a tambourine moment, because come on now, girl, if you ain't preaching, Listen, I know you're writing plays and doing TV shows and all that, but you need to be on somebody's pulpit speaking the truth. You need to be on somebody's
Oh my
pulpit.
God.
So that is,
I
and that's the
receive
truth
that.
because
Yes.
it's so many people that are confused by what Christians are doing. And they keep saying, but this is not the God that I heard about. This is not the God of love. And we have to understand that when we're in position where we can reach millions of people, we have to speak what God says. Then we'll make God out to be some big, mean ogre that if you don't do as I say, I'm going to stomp you out.
Right.
No, God is
Right.
a God of love. God does not love sin, but the person who is in a position that may be sinning, God loves them, because if God can forgive us, he can forgive that person. But we want to shine a light on everybody that's doing is not necessarily right or wrong, but they're not doing what we're doing.
Right.
Wow.
So just
That
because
so
I fall one way doesn't mean that he gonna look different upon the way you fall. Because a fall is a fall, a sin is a sin. We put them in categories. God never did.
Right.
Wow.
Never did.
We,
Never did.
we,
Never
right.
did.
She
like I
said,
said,
we are blocking people. Girl, listen, I'm taking that all in. I'm taking that all in. I was a little tired, but that thing woke me up. You said we are blocking. Not me, Jesus. You're right, not me. Some people are blocking people from God. Come on now. That's a whole message right there. That's a whole message. Blocking people from God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crucifying Jesus afresh. That's what they're doing. They have
we know
no
that's not the
idea
God that we serve. That's not the God that we serve. I think Pastor Lorenzo, I think what's the problem in a lot of churches is the churches haven't been taught who God is. And so a lot of times they don't even know who God really is because they haven't been taught who God is. And I'm not even gonna get into that. Let me wait for my show. Let me wait for my show. But
I really love the fact that, and here's another thing too. We have a lot of people that we'll listen to because of their title. We don't care if they right or wrong, but we can listen to them because their title. I love TD Jakes. Pastor, I love him. Been following for years. But that don't mean that everything he say, if he speaks something that's against the Bible, there are hundreds of people that's going to believe him over the Bible because he's TD Jakes. There's people that can listen to Pastor Joe. They can listen to Joel Osteen. Well, that's Joel. But wait a minute. But if anybody that speaks contrary to God's word, I can't follow. I got to follow God. And I love the fact that everything that you have been through, you still have the insight to see that some of the stuff that's going on from people who are calling themselves Christians is not right. You still have the insight to say God is still God. You have more opportunity than anybody to be angry, upset, and say, well, you're right. God allowed this, but you are in your situation, all the stuff you're going through, you're still praising God and saying God has a plan. That's why you may not have a title of pastor, preacher, bishop, apostle, none of those, but you are a minister of the gospel. And you are teaching and preaching more than a lot of preachers who got those titles. Because you're speaking from experience, from truth, from life, from your heart, because you want people to see God in the fact that who God is. You want them to see him in the light of being a God of love.
I do. Thank you. I want people to realize that even though they feel like they in darkness, that they can feel their way around that room in that darkness and grab hold of God. No matter how deep they feel they in there, God is in that room. You can walk with your eyes closed. You can walk with your eyes closed, and when you feel yourself bump into something, that's God. God is like, I'm right here.
I love that.
Yes, that's right. Powerful.
That's right. Cheryl's right. She said that's why you have to study the word for yourself. That's right, Cheryl. Study that word. Get that knowledge. Get it
Yes, that's
embedded in
in
you.
the book of Timothy.
Mhm.
Yes, the
Mhm.
book of Timothy says, "Study to show thyself approved."
Mhm.
And when you're in those dark moments, it's something in that room to help guide you, to help make sure that you don't bump into something else. That's God in that place with you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? A lot of times, like, oh, God can't be in a dark place. Oh, yes, He can.
Uh,
Yes, He
wait,
can.
wait,
'Cause He'll
hold on now.
guide us right on up out that thing.
Y'all,
He'll guide us right on up out that thing. Like,
how
if
he
you
can't
just
be in
hold
darkness?
on.
Mm-mm. I don't understand that. He can't be in dark. How did he get the key from the pits of hell if he can't be in darkness? Come
Right.
That
on
part.
now. Y'all better. Child. Mm-mm.
That
It
part.
was,
That
th-
part.
this- yeah, they've taken the power away from God and given it to
Mm-hmm.
man, and that's why the world is in the
Mm-hmm.
shape it's in.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
You know,
And it's funny. Oh, go ahead.
no, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because even in my TV series, I have a character named Jody. Jody feel like she wrote the Bible. You know,
Oh,
Jody. When y'all see the TV series,
the book of Jody.
and
Mm-mm. I ain't see that book yet,
the
but go
book of
ahead.
Jody,
I ain't see that one yet.
exactly. And I mean, she just, oh my God, she reminds me, when I wrote that character, she reminds me so much of how the church is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's not my way, you wrong. You going to hell. They got their own judgment seat. Like, God is like, who are you?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you? And
Mm-hmm.
when I say church, I'm talking about churches all over. You know what I'm
Right.
Mhm.
saying? Not
Mhm.
necessarily my church or anybody else's church, because it happens in my church. It happens in churches I've been went to. It happens in everybody's church.
Right,
You
right.
know,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't want people to be like, "Oh, she just talking about her church." No, I'm not talking about my church, babe. I'm talking about your church. I'm talking about their church.
Right.
I'm talking about it church. I'm talking about everybody's church.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's
I'm talking
about to
about everybody's
be
church.
built down the street. We talk about all of them. The one that's in
All of
pre-construction
them.
too.
Right.
Right. Before it even get built, I'm talking about that church.
Yes, and it's true because people have given so much power to man and a building to a title and stuff, and God is saying, I died on the cross. I mean, if you think about it, how can somebody say God is not in darkness when God promised us no matter where we go, He would be with us? So if we're a child of God and we slip and fall in darkness, God is saying, I'm down there with you. How else
Mm-hmm.
can He catch us
Right.
if He's not there? How can He lead us out if He's not there? I don't understand why
Child,
people don't
Exactly.
know who God is.
God was in the darkness in the first book of Genesis, first chapter, first few verses. Y'all better come on and read your word. And he
Like He
got out of that
separated.
before he said, "Let there be light." Y'all better read your word.
Right. How can you not go in darkness? Because in order to separate something, you got to be involved in it.
Come on now.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Well,
I, I,
how can we
Yes.
find out about Blocked? I want to see it now. I'm excited about it. How can we see
Well, the
it?
thing is with Blocked, a lot of people don't know. Well, some people that are in the film industry may know that we have with our TV series. If we load it onto different platforms, the the film world, TV networks and stuff like that, it's a strong possibility they may not want it because they want to be
Mm.
the first to say, "Hey, we that belongs, you can come watch it here on our network." And so, like, we got connected to someone major in the film industry, one of the directors who worked on the TV show The Wire. And
All
he
right.
told me, he said, your stuff is winning in the film festivals, he said, but you're gonna have to reshoot it, he said, in order for it to be fitting for TV. So
Mm.
here we are now. We reshot it back in September. So now it's currently being re-edited by the amazing Bleak Empire.
All
And
right.
he's currently re-editing it right now. He shot it and filmed it. So once it's finished editing, then we're going into the room with Mr. Rearwood to go and talk to some people with some networks. And so I'm just blessed to be at that point right now on the journey to be able to walk in that room in that capacity. But right now the film festivals are the only areas, are the only people who can actually see the pilot and everything like that.
Okay.
It's not for public viewing right now. So we're still in the film festival circuit, and it's still streaming in other festivals around the world. For those film fest jury people to see on those, judging juries in those festivals. But I haven't put it on a platform because I don't want to mess up my opportunity to be able to get picked up by a major network.
And you're going to be picked up by a major film because
Oh
this is
yes,
so
it will,
needed.
and it is.
Yes, because what God is doing is he's carving out the path for you, because what you are presenting, no one else has the nerve to do, because man is not going to come and give you a pat on the back because you're speaking against what they're trying to do. But what they don't understand is when you're walking under God's anointing, you don't need man's approval because you're already been pre-approved by God.
Exactly.
So
and I was telling about, but you can. One of my amazing actresses in the feed, a lot of my actors and actresses are those of my actors and actresses that are commenting. But one, Sharonda Blayton, she plays the character Barbara in Block TV series. She posted the website blocktvseries.com, where you can go on and see like little clips and things like that, and see the cast, see the cast and some of the behind the scenes, because I always share like little clips and stuff like that, but to see a full episode, we have to wait.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna take little excerpts for now. I'm gonna take little teasers for now. That's enough. I take that. I like a little appetizer every now and then. Go ahead and give it to me before I get there.
And that's why I sent you her page, because when you go on her page, you see a person who's standing in authority. All her pictures show her in authority. And the one with y'all and all the white on your Facebook page.
Yes.
Woo, child. Yes. That says we are coming for it. And that says that we're unstoppable. So I'm looking forward to all that you want to do.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And did you say, Pastor Lorenzo, she wrote 16 plays? Is that what I heard?
13, I think it was.
13. How many? 13 plays? 16. 16.
I mean, 16, I apologize.
16 plays. All right, you better come through 16 plays. Come on.
Yeah, we just did one last Sunday.
Wow.
We
just
one last Sunday, and we rolling, and we growing. We growing. I'm grateful to God for my people.
I'm thankful for God for allowing me to be able to be connected to you.
I'm blessed to be able to be connected to you too. Yeah. Like it takes a village. It takes a village.
It sure does.
I mean, you. And now let me ask you a question, because I'm noticing. Now, do you feel like you get better? People accept you more in the international than over in the States?
Yes, I feel like internationally, I get more acknowledgement internationally than I do here in the United States. Yes. Why that is so? I think it's because of what I asked God for. I don't think it's because of people or anything, but I asked God for the world to be able to see.
I love
what
that.
He's doing. And so at first he used to make me feel some kind of way. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be like, man, why they ain't giving us no love here in the US? Like, what is going on? Like, this is crazy. But I'm like, but all over the world, like, oh, we have so many awards, I'm just praying that whatever God has for us, be it if we get picked up here in the US, if we get picked up overseas, wherever, that it's shown in all the countries all over the world.
That's right. That's right. Claim it. Claim it.
This is for 2023 International Film Festival Awards. You got the Certificate of Achievement Best Director Award. Then you've got Certificate Achievement again for film for Blocked Episode 2.
Mm.
You know, I'm just looking at all these certificates. Certificate of
Yeah.
Achievement, Best Web Series. Certificate of
Yeah.
Achievement, Best Producer. I mean, you know, this is you are not, how can I say it? You are part of the industry that have not been discovered over here yet.
Right.
I
Mm.
say, and
Wow.
I say this to
I
you
received
because
that.
I really feel like you have everything it takes to do this. See, when Tyler Perry kind of left an open void when he kind of stepped away from the plays. So all of that void that he left, somebody need to fill it. So you have everything it takes to fill the void because you have the business savvy, you have the ability to think outside the box. You're not fearful, you're not a quitter, and you learn, like you said, when you spoke to that person and they told you, look, next time you talk, you went in with boldness, like, okay, oh, you want it, I'm gonna give it to you. That's
Oh
because you
yeah.
know God has blessed you and God has a plan for your life. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
all these awards that you win in all these international awards, you gonna get them over here too.
Yes.
Because
And I
when
got a
I
few. I got a few here. I got a few honorable mentions here.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not as many as overseas, like around the world. It's just, but it's God is like, girl, I have people that you wouldn't even imagine that will be giving you credit for this. You know, I feel like he's building our leverage up, you
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
around the
Yeah.
world. I feel like that's what I look at. I'm like, God is like when you get ready to go to that table and they say, well, who know what kind of accolades do you have pertaining to blocks? You know, why should we consider blocks, you know, on our network?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
have something to pull out.
Yeah,
Oh!
yeah, yeah.
Look at this, look at this, look
Yeah.
at this, look at this. A few of these. That's right.
Mhm. Yeah.
I love
A
that.
whole lot of these.
Oh!
Yes.
And the picture Beware of What Can Grow in Darkness, where you're showing Anntreece Jones Productions block, is just that picture by itself, it gets your attention. It's not a picture that you scroll
Yes.
by and just look. You were like, whoa, what it. And I've never seen something so descriptive with so few words.
Mm.
That
Yes,
that that that.
I have to give credit to my photographer Edmund Brox Jr. Made by Brox. When he took those pictures, and I told him my vision, and he embedded those people faces in Jesus' body like that, with Jesus with his hands up and screaming like that. That character is my
Mhm.
actor Andre Johnson. He's amazing. When I tell you he's gonna blow the world away. His presence, you know, he just you just feel Jesus when you see him. Like and so
Yes, yes,
yes, him on that picture is just so amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That picture is
I have to
amazing.
give
Yeah.
thank you.
yeah,
I saw that picture
Thank
and
you.
it was like,
yeah,
man. Mm.
yeah. It, it gets your attention right away.
It did. It
Yes,
did.
yeah, yeah. And I
Hmm.
like that this is where the humble you're humble because you instantly say, let me give credit, let me mention, even with the people that's comment, you're saying, oh, those are people that are part of you're not trying to just say, look at me. You're saying, look at
Right.
my circle, look at my environment. And like you say, it takes a village, and when you give homage to your village, then your village give homage to you, and that's how
Mhm.
you begin to grow.
Man. Ooh, y'all gonna make me cry because I could not have done this without them. You know,
Yeah.
um, you talking about some amazing people, and a lot of people ask me, you know, how can I be a part of AJP? How can I become an actor, or actress? And I want to say this to about my people. Um, I came to the table with nothing,
Mm.
and they they knew I had nothing but my vision,
Hmm.
and they have dedicated and sacrificed their time from their families to me to
Yes.
everything, to be a part of this project. And I'm like,
Hmm.
God, don't let their sacrifice be in vain. You know
Come
what I'm
on
saying?
now.
Don't let what I'm doing be in vain. I can't stop because they have poured so much into this for me. I could not have done this, or they have to, they had to endure a lot, going through
Mhm.
trainings and boot camps with me. They had to believe enough in me to become the characters and actors and actresses who they are in order for us to get to this point. They're not,
Mhm.
my writing is what's in, but their acting, their ability to make them people see the character and believe what they see is what's winning around the world. And I thank them and I love them so much, because they believed enough to say, you know what, we're in it for the long haul. We're gonna do this for you.
I love
That's
that.
that's what you need. I like that when you're speaking about what you're doing and where you're going. I just want you to understand that when you say you want your success so that what they do is not in vain, that means that you're looking out for them. See that's the God in you.
Hmm.
Because you're saying it's not so much about me. Look what people have invested in me, and I don't want what they do to be in vain.
That's right.
That's when you're speaking life over your vision. That's when
Hmm.
you're speaking blessings over your people. That's when you're saying, let everything that we do be blessed. And
Hmm.
God is going to honor that. God sees that because with everything you've been through, you're strong, you're passionate, you're humble, you understand. And see, God is teaching you through everything how to trust Him. Because if you think about it, God Himself said that a prophet is without honor in his own home.
Hmm.
Strangers will give you way more than your family and friends will. But God said He would give man He would give you favor with man so they can give unto your bosom. So
Mm,
everything that's happening is a part of the plan that God has for
Yes,
the
it
strategic walk that He has for you. Everything is
yeah,
part of the
yeah.
plan.
is. Hmm. Hmm.
Man. Mm-hmm.
Mm. That's
I'm
powerful.
just
Yes.
Love it.
I'm so
Love it.
excited that we had a chance to speak with you, even when with a little slight time difference. I was like, we're gonna work it out because I was saying, well, maybe we can do it a different day and try to do something, but it was like something on the inside. God was like, no, we're gonna do this today.
Yeah.
Even with when you sent me the thing, you said, hey, I know about your surgery. We gonna be on or delay it, and I was just like, no, because I've been changing and switching stuff. Well, I've been just laying low,
Mm-hmm.
but I said for this,
Mm-hmm.
it had to happen. It had
Yes.
to happen.
God bless you. God bless
Yeah.
you. And I
Yes.
thank you for this opportunity because I before we came on, I prayed with my assistant. And in my prayer, I was like, God, you know, thank you for another opportunity to put our name in the wind. Thank you for
That's
another
right.
opportunity for the world to get to know who we are and to just bring, knowledge to us, about, who we are. We get another opportunity, Lord, and we thank you,
Yes.
because I don't take it lightly at all. I don't take it lightly at all. And I'm just grateful and I thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, it's
I
been
love
such a pleasure. Yes,
that.
and I mean, you've got so much going on, so much, and now that you're part of the village, you're part of the family. As you continue to grow, we can continue to bring you back because right now I know it's easy for us to reach out and you say, hey, we can do this, but I'm telling you, there's going to be a point to where you're going to be so busy that people gonna have to make appointments. They're not gonna be able to just call you up. You will have so much going on. You already got your plate full, and you're handling it like a master. You're doing it like a boss. So we appreciate that. And for you to have all you going on, and you're just so humble. Like, hey, this is what I
Yes.
do. There are some people with way less, and they feel like they feel like they've made it. That's people who they get a play and they get 25 people to come, and then all of a sudden they're untouchable. I'm like, those 25 people was the staff in your family. So, but you're humble and you've got so much. We haven't even touched everything. I mean, with the awards, you've been in magazines, the Hype magazine, Canvas magazine. I mean, you are somebody.
Yes.
You got the power, and God
Yeah.
is not done yet. So I'm just so thankful for your humbleness, for your humble spirit. I'm thankful for your cast, and see, and let me say this too. When you do something and your cast come on and support you,
Come on now. It says a lot.
they not only believe in you, they believe and see your vision.
Mm-hmm.
That right there
Absolutely.
would carry you, because if you look at Tyler Perry, he started out in where people were saying, look, we don't know where you're going, but we're gonna follow you until you get there. And now look at all these people going on, they do movies and TV shows and all that because they stuck with them. So people don't understand, when you have people that believe in you and your vision, that not only speaks volumes about them, but that shows that they see in you what God has placed in you, and you are humble enough for them to see it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And she can do better and greater things than Tyler Perry. That's just, he's
Yes.
part of the process, but he's not the highest level. There can
No.
always be one that
No.
supersedes.
Oh yes.
Come
Oh
on now.
definitely. Oh yes.
Mhm.
Oh yes.
That's right.
I mean,
I receive
Tyler
that.
is Tyler, but
Come on now.
God is the one that makes the decision. God is the blessing. God can, I mean, look, before Tyler made it where he was, there was other people that we were looking at. And now he don't surpass them.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
don't, and since you don't hold God in a box, you allow God the opportunity to enlarge your territory, because you
Right.
don't keep God
Yeah.
in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I
Mm-mm.
love it.
Yeah.
I
And
love it.
I'm glad you said that, because if you look at my logo for Blocked, you'll see people don't they be like, somebody told me a while ago, you should change it and just put it all together, because people are not gonna know that it's saying Blocked. They're gonna think it's Be Locked. No, I God don't change that. You see the B and you red box. That's how the
Uh-huh.
world is putting Jesus box.
Oh, I
And
see
so
it.
that
Yeah.
box
Yes.
signifies yeah, it symbolizes God being put in the box. That's why that cross
Mm.
Mhm.
is in the middle of that red box. But when
Okay.
he's blocked, you know,
I see it. I
yeah, it's
love it.
all in that box. But God is like, no,
I
I'm
love
there.
it.
I'm there.
I love that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. And the looking over I'm looking at your page, for your Facebook
Hmm.
and your Instagram is both Anntreece Jones Productions, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
And
Yes.
then
Yes.
your Twitter is
Oh.
AJ Playwright. So, in what other ways can people reach out and contact you if there's anybody that happen to want to reach out? How would they get in touch with you?
Yes, on my Anntreece Jones Productions page, and on Facebook, and on Anntreece Jones Productions page on IG. They can always reach out to me by email at Anntreece Productions at gmail.com. They can also, that number that is on there, that's a number to my assistant. They can always reach out and contact my assistant, Marsha Powell. Oh, she's my everything. She's my everything. I promise you. All my tears, boy. I'm telling you, she's my everything. But you can contact Marsha Powell and contact if you need any information, or by email. You can always private message on one of those pages. I don't have it shut off to where I can't receive messages.
Hmm.
I allow people to message me, if they want information or anything like that. So you can always DM, or through Messenger, to contact me. Um, until I just get super busy and somebody take over my media pages.
Right.
That's right.
I speak that. There's some
Mhm.
that after a while somebody else will be running out. But right now,
Right.
this is where God has me, is accessible to the people, to be able to, guide or give information or anything. And we have another stage play coming up Easter Sunday called
Okay.
Crosses. And it's free. It's free to the public. I attend Fresh Oil International Church in Fort Worth. 4500 Riverside, South Riverside Drive. My bishop, Ontario Jones. He's the main reason why I got this. I'm on this platform now with these stage plays because he allowed me to flow and utilize my vision and things like that. And I'm grateful for my bishop.
Yes, that's
but that stage play process will be on Easter Sunday at Fresh Oil International Church.
okay.
And it's not like your typical Easter Sunday play. So I pray to God that people come out and see it. It's gonna
Well, I'm
be
sure they will because
a major blessing.
yeah, what you have to offer people.
You can always stream and watch it live.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to
Sorry.
make sure to do that. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
I'm just so I'm so grateful because so many people I reach out to make sure that they have something to offer the village. Because I'm very selective because I never want to bring someone on that may not have, and not saying that negative about them, but I just try to let God lead me as to when and who I put on this show. And that was why it was so important for today that I made sure that even though the time may be different, this was the day because this is the day that God had ordained for you. So I appreciate your gifts and talents. I think for your humble spirit. I know that there's so much more for you. I know that when you take the states by storm, when you come, I'm gonna be one of the ones that's gonna be in the audience screaming, "Yeah, I know her," because it's just a blessing to see what you're doing. And with your plate being so full, you still are skillfully strategizing and doing things. So
Yes.
you're in
And
the
you
right
have to
place at
be.
the right time. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Thank
love
you.
it. I love it. I'm so
Yeah,
glad I got to sit in on this. I'm so full right now.
I
I'm
know.
so full. Ooh,
Wow.
loving it. I love it. I'm
Yes.
excited. I'm excited about everything that she's doing. And y'all go out there, y'all in Forsyth, Texas, is it?
Fort Worth.
Fort Worth. I'm sorry,
Fort
my
Worth,
apologies.
Texas. Yes.
Fort Worth,
Mm-hmm.
Texas. Y'all who are watching,
Yes.
you out there, share this with your friends and family over there in Fort Worth, Texas. Make sure they know about this. Make sure they know about everything
Yes.
she's doing, and make sure they get connected with her and support her. Share,
Mhm.
share, share. I got people in Houston. I'm gonna go ahead and send it to them and tell them y'all send it to the people in Fort Worth. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you so much. I really appreciate it. It's a blessing. It's a blessing for all of us, And like I
Yeah.
say, when I win, we all win,
Mhm.
and like I say, it's just not about me, from my family to my cast and everybody. I love each and every last one of them. And I thank you both for even giving me this to allow me in your space in this platform
Yes.
and to be able to speak on what my business is and what I have going on in my journey.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
And when you preaching at that church in whatever pulpit that is,
Okay.
call me because I need that plane ticket. I'm gonna be
Yes.
sitting
That's
front
what
row.
I want to see.
Sitting front row. I'm gonna bring
Oh my goodness.
two tambourines, and say that's what she said. She said that right.
And my
Yeah.
heart is racing because my heart is racing because someone just told me last Sunday was like, you need to be in a pulpit.
Mhm.
I was
All right.
like,
Mhm. And
but
I love it. I love it.
his word is established normally in three, so you're gonna hear it again.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
And that's gonna be the
You're gonna hear it
confirmation.
again. Yes. 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 Because
Mhm.
it's all
Hallelujah.
in you. It's all
Yes.
in you. It's all in
Yes.
you. And you you're already walking in it. I mean, you don't preach several sermons just within this little over an hour. You preach several sermons. See, and this is what I learned when I first became a minister. A minister told me once. He said, "If you can't say it in 5 minutes, you can't say it in an hour."
Oh,
Mm. Ooh.
Because the word is
Oh my
basically God
goodness.
saying, I love you in spite of who you are. Will you accept me? That's the message. No matter how we speak and how long we take, that's the message. It's
That's
about
the
the blood
message.
of
That's the
Jesus.
message.
And
Mhm.
you have
That's the
showed
message.
us today. You have taught us. You have
Yeah,
encouraged us. You have inspired us.
I know.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
share her information with some
To God be the
screenwriters.
glory.
Yes.
I
Yes.
gotta
To
share you.
God
I
be the
gotta
glory.
share you. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
This one of the one podcast that I pin for when if I'm busy and I can't do nothing, I say, well, I just play that one again.
There you go.
Aw.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
God be the
yeah,
glory. I'm so grateful for that. I really
yeah.
do. I appreciate that. I really
Yes.
do. Because I'm telling you, I'm trying to keep from crying and messing my makeup. I make it like the people in church. Trying not to mess up my
Don't do that, girl.
makeup.
Don't do that.
I'm sure my makeup artist is probably looking like, don't you cry.
I
But no,
love it.
I really am. My heart, I'm so full right now. And
Yes.
I just thank God, I just thank God for you both and just this platform.
Yes.
Um, and I would just tell anybody, don't let your circumstances, don't let your life, what's going on, stop you from doing what God has directed you to do. If He gave it to you, He gonna take you through. He is. He gonna carry
Yes.
you through. If He gave it to you, you better do it. You better
Mm,
do
Okay.
it. You better do it.
I
Yes.
love
Yes.
I love the newness that God is doing. I love the
Mhm,
Yes.
newness and she's got the same spirit like Annetta Swift. Oh my goodness.
mhm,
She's got that same
mhm.
spirit like Annetta. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. I'm loving it. I love it. That
Yes. Yes.
bubbly, really
Yes.
loving spirit. I love it. I'm so glad that thank you, Pastor Lorenzo, for having me on as a guest here. I appreciate it so much. I'm so excited about it. And I'm sitting here asking God, okay, Lord, tell me more, tell me more. Because whenever God places me in a certain position, I know it's not just for that. I know it's more. So I'm like, okay, what else? So I'm finna go over here. Your cast has already put your information in the chat. I'm gonna
Mhm,
take the information. I've already written down a lot of the information that's there. So I was writing. I'm gonna start sharing. I'm gonna start putting your name out there as much as I can, not only on my platforms but with people that I know because it's a connection thing. Whenever Pastor Lorenzo has
mhm,
somebody on his It Takes a Village podcast, it's not just for the individuals that are seeing it, it's for the sharing. That's why it's a village.
mhm.
Some people are not able to see it on the platform. So it takes
Right.
us, our voices, to share it with others. So my mind is right now racing. Okay, I'm going to talk to this person. I got to contact this person. Let me contact this other person over here. Yeah, and I got to remember to contact them too, and to share your name and what you're
Mhm.
doing because I love it.
Oh,
Even
thank
the preaching part about these church folks. That's my
Okay.
favorite
Yes.
thing. I love it.
Yes.
Thank you,
Definitely.
Pastor
thank
Lorenzo. Thank
you.
you so much.
Yeah.
Anntreece, I'm so happy and grateful that I met you. I thank God and I praise God for bringing you on this platform and into
Mhm.
our lives. I
Yes.
appreciate your energy. I appreciate the work
Yes.
you're doing. I appreciate the love that you're giving your cast. I can feel the love that you're giving them. I
Mhm.
appreciate the work that you're doing. And I'm going to pray as well as I know Pastor Lorenzo is praying success, 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 and more success, and even
Yes.
more
Yes.
in the name
Yes.
of Jesus.
In the name of
Come on and
Jesus.
carry on
Yes.
that name.
Yes.
Carry Jesus' name in the
Yes.
right way, girl. You got it. Carry his
Yes.
name in the right
Definitely.
way.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love
Yes.
it. So nice
Thank
to have
you.
met you. So nice to have
Mhm.
met you.
Yes,
Thank
it's just
you.
it's such a blessing, and our my regular co-host Ariana, my daughter, she's on vacation in Vegas, so she had called and she was like, "Well, do you want me to still do it or what?" And I said, "No, you're on vacation. Go ahead and enjoy yourself because we all need a break." So I called Regina. I was like, "Hey, she said yes, I'm there." So God worked everything out so
Yes,
we
he
all
does.
could be where we're supposed to be.
That's right.
Um, you are a
Yes.
you are a blessed lady. You are
Thank
blessed
you.
beyond measure.
Yes.
Thank
The things that you are seeking is already there.
Thank you.
Is already done. What you don't even see the work that's going on behind the scenes. But when you get to that Red Sea, it's going to divide for you.
Ooh.
It's just
Oh
going
my
to be
God.
bad. I mean, and I was even telling Regina the other day when we had went to visit. You know, I look at how things happen. Technically, according to what man said, I shouldn't even be here today. But because God had a bigger plan, here I am interviewing you. So I know that if God was able to do that, there's a purpose.
Come on.
Yes.
And God wants you to know how much He loves you, how much He appreciates what you are doing.
Yes.
And if you continue doing what you're doing with the way you're doing, when they always say that the irresistible force meet the movable object, what happened? Well, what's going to happen when you meet that object that won't be moved? God is going to say, I'm going to give you the power to remove that obstacle and go through it. So no matter what happened, you always know God is saying, He's saying, He's got you. He's got you. You. There's something special that God is creating within you that you don't even know about yet. That goes beyond block.
Come on now.
It's something that it goes beyond that. So I want you to continue doing it. Your platform. God is saying your platform is going to be so large that when you first say it's going to intimidate you.
Oh.
And you will have to remind yourself, God just and I just feel it. God has so much for you. You are anointed for such a time as this. We need what you have. The world is waiting to hear your voice.
Yes. And we waiting to see this new TV series too.
Yes.
Waiting to see this thing. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch this.
And I'm you all to see you. I'm ready, and I pray that whoever God intend for it to be received by, that they are blessed by it. Because I can't give you the world without giving you the world, and I can't give you the church without giving you the church.
Right.
It's some people may be like, "Oh, this is raw," but that's how life is. It's raw. It's real. And I pray that everybody, is blessed from it, and that souls are saved. This isn't for us. We know how we need to be. It's for the people that don't know.
That's all right.
It's for the people that don't know.
And I love what you just said. And let me tell you what you just said. You said you want to give it to them raw. What you have to understand, the reason the word has become effective because the world and the men who have received the word, they've been cooking it up the way they want to. Season it so that it tastes good to the person that's eating it. God said, no, take that seasoning out. Give them, you are the salt of the word. That's all the seasoning that's needed. So that's why He's saying give it to him raw, because He don't need all that seasoning. It don't need to be fixed to taste to this purpose. No, it tastes the same to everybody. Deliverance just tastes the same to everybody. It shouldn't be catered to fix this person's taste and that person's taste. That is not applied.
Give it to them in the raw form, just like the vegetables. They better in the raw form. They do better in their raw form. Like you said, stop cooking out all the nutrients. Give it to them in the raw form. We like raw over here. We like raw. We like the real. Listen, we love that. I saw the sentence here in there where it said, "Blocked is not for weak of heart. Only the strong will survive this spiraling TV series." Okay, I'm strong. I want to see it. Yeah, I want to see it. Yes, I love that. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm not even gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be watching.
Right.
Oh yeah. All
right. I'm gonna be looking for Judy. Is it Judy her name? I'm gonna be looking for her. Okay. What's that? Judy or Jody? Jody. I'm gonna look for Jody. Jody, where you at, Jody? Jody.
Yes.
Jody,
Look for Jody.
Jody had a meet. She's on another. She had an interview today. She had a interview tonight that she had to attend, but she would have definitely been on this live if she wasn't, because she's a character.
I'm gonna look for her. She sounds like my type of girl. I'm gonna look for her.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Woo.
Love it. Love it. Love
We're
it.
excited. We're excited, and
Yes.
I feel like I've given you everything that God wanted you to know. I'm done now. But I just had to. I was like, I was
I
like, okay,
needed
Lord,
that.
is
I know
I
I
love it.
needed that, and I thank you so much for that. That was confirmation for me. That was
Yeah.
confirmation for me. It really
That's
was. Because I've always
Amen.
said, what am I going to do when I go into the room to go sit down and have my meeting and pitch you, Lord, what do you want me to say? And he was
Mhm.
like, you're going to be real. You're going to
Hmm.
be raw. And you're going to tell them exactly what Blocked is about. And it's not
Yeah.
going to
Hmm.
take you, it's going to take you less than 30 seconds.
Hmm.
That's it.
There you go.
That's
There you
it.
go.
And they're going to tell
Mhm.
you yes.
Come on now.
All right. You know what? I'm saying congratulations now.
I love it. I
Thank
love it.
you.
I
Yes,
love
yes,
it.
Thank you.
yes,
Thank
yes,
All right.
you.
definitely.
I
Yes,
love
but we definitely
Yes.
we went over a little bit, but I had to. I had to. I just had to. I couldn't release until God said we can release. So
Yes.
um
And I
we
thank you. And I mean, any questions y'all have for me, I'm an open book. I
mhm,
ask me anything, because I'm more like, it's my story. What I go through is, it's not for me to hold in. It's for somebody else to be able to receive it and be able to say, you know what, that's me. I've been there. And if
Yeah.
God can do it for her, surely He can do it for me. You
That's
know.
right.
mhm,
Yes.
yes. Well,
Hmm.
we gonna definitely like I said, we gonna have more interviews with you, because I just know where you're going, so I just want to continue to share as you elevate, because I know where you're going already. So I'm thankful to God, and I'm just thankful for just being connected, because I love your story. It's so inspiring. Um,
Hmm.
Thank
and
you.
I thank you also, Regina, for filling in, because it's always, we always have so much fun, but this has been good. This has been good.
Thank
So we're,
you.
we're going to go ahead and get out of here, but we just want the
Okay.
village to know that it takes a village, and that's what It Takes a Village podcast is all about, is bringing back the village concept. And for
Yeah.
those who are listening now, or maybe even later, this lady right here is full of power. This is someone that is up and coming and moving. A lot of times we see people and we meet people and we don't really realize what they have to offer, or the power that they have, and then we find out later. So I'm thankful for you for taking time out to speak with us. I thank you for showing us that no matter where you come from, you can continue to grow, and you can continue to trust God, that no matter how people treat you, you can continue to love God and show God's kind of love. So I like that you also can explain to them, this is real love.
Hmm.
Yes.
This is God's love. So um, that you can have kids that maybe people don't understand, but they're still a blessing to your life. That you
Yes.
can have a village that supports you, and that you can have a
Hmm.
business be successful, and that you
That's
don't
right.
have to be fake and phony. You can be real. So I appreciate you. We applaud you. And again, congratulations, because
Thank you
what
so
you've done
much.
internationally is not going to compare to what you're going to do over here.
All right now.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. I believe it and I receive it.
Yeah. Well, we
Yes.
appreciate you, and we thank you.
Mhm.
And we're getting ready to end the podcast for today. But I want you to hang back in the green room for just a second.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
God bless
okay.
y'all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right, everybody. This is the Takes a Village podcast. We've just had a such a good time. God is so good. So we appreciate you. We want to shout out again to Ariana out there and enjoying herself and on her vacation. So we miss you. Can't wait to have you back. Again, we thank you, Regina, for just filling in. God is good, and
Yes, he is.
you know we've had a good time, so we're gonna definitely get out of here. But we will be back next. Well, no, not this week. This is the 4th, so we'll be back actually on the 18th, and
Okay.
just continue to just keep doing what we're doing. But remember, it takes a village.
That's right.
The village. Nobody can do it by themselves, and we want to bring back the village podcast. So, with that being said, we will see y'all back here in a week's time. So, have a good day and enjoy yourself.
Bye.
Bye.